Good morning, pupils. Welcome to Valenzuela Live in Mathematics for Grade 5. I am Mr. Ryan G. Feliciano of Andres Fernando Elementary School, and I will be your FB Live teacher for today. Before we proceed with our lesson, I want you to do the following so that your teacher will recognize your attendance and participation. First, type in your complete name, grade and section, subject teacher, and your school in the comment box. Second, if you want to answer during our discussion, simply type in your answer in the comment box. And third, if you have questions regarding our lesson, just type in your questions before the session ends. We are now on our Quarter 4, Week 2 of our most essential learning competencies. In this session, you will be able to learn the following. For letter A, visualize the volume of a cube and rectangular prism. Letter B, name the appropriate unit of measure used for measuring the volume of a cube and rectangular prism. And for letter C, convert cubic centimeter to cubic meter and vice versa. And also cubic centimeter to liter and vice versa. Now, let's begin with our activity 1. For our direction, give the value of n in the given equation to make the number sentence correct. Write your answer in the comment section. You only have 5 seconds to answer each question. Let's have the first given. N times 12 is equal to 2 times 48. Time starts now. Okay, time's up. The answer is, okay, good, 8. Next given, 16 divided by 4 is equal to 36 divided by n. Your 5 seconds starts now. Okay, time's up. The answer is 9. Another, 30 divided by n is equal to 2 times 3. 5 seconds starts now. Okay, time's up. The answer is 5. Another, 56 divided by 2 is equal to n times 7. 5 seconds starts now. Okay, let's find the answer. That is 4. Next, n times 3 is equal to 9 times 2. Time starts now. Okay, time's up. The answer is 6. Now, let's begin with our lesson. First, let's discuss the cube and how to find its volume. A cube is a solid figure that has 6 faces that are all squares. All faces are congruent and parallel. These are examples of real-life objects which represent cube. Another solid figure is what we call the rectangular prism. It is a solid figure that has 6 faces that are all rectangles. Its bases are parallel and congruent. And these are examples of real-life objects which represent rectangular prism. Then, let us define the volume. When we say volume, it is measured by how many cubic units it would take to fill the given space. It is measured in cubic units such as cubic millimeters, cubic centimeters, cubic decimeters, and cubic meters. As you can see, all units have an exponent 3, which means cubic units. And for the capacity, term for liquids are the content of the object that holds them. Liter is used. Now, let's proceed to our example number 1. How many rows are there in this cube? Okay, correct. We have 4 rows. Then, how many columns? Okay, we have 4 columns. And how many layers? All right, it has 4 layers. If we are going to separate each layer, as what you can see, the bottom layer has 16 cubic units. The second layer has also 16 cubic units. And the third layer has also 16 cubic units. And finally, the fourth layer has 16 cubic units. Then if we count and add the cubic units all together, we will get a total of 64 cubic units. Or we just multiply the 4 layers by 16 cubic units in each layer, which will result in 64 cubic units. Another way is by applying the formula of volume. Volume is equals to edge times edge times edge, which if we substitute the value of edge, it will result into 4 times 4 times 4. So, the volume is 64 cubic units. Or we also use volume is equal to E cube. That stands for 4 cube. And the result is also 64 cubic units. Next example. How many cubic units are there? In this example, each cube is equivalent to 1 centimeter. The row consists of 8 centimeters. The column has 8 centimeters. And the layer also has 8 centimeters. First layer consists of 64 cubic centimeters. Second layer has 64 cubic centimeters. The third, 64 cubic centimeters. The fourth layer has 64 cubic centimeters. The fifth layer has 64 cubic centimeters. The sixth layer has 64 cubic centimeters. The seventh layer has 64 cubic centimeters. And the eighth layer has also 64 cubic centimeters. And the total number of cubic centimeters in this cube is the sum of 512 cubic centimeters, which is the volume of this cube. By using our formula, let's substitute the 8 centimeter as its edge. So it will become 8 centimeter times 8 centimeters times 8 centimeters. And the product is 512 cubic centimeters. Or E cube, which is also equals to 512 cubic centimeters. Let's move on to rectangular prism. It has a length, width, and height. Length has 8 cubic units, width has 4 cubic units, and the height has 3 cubic units. Now, let's count how many cubic units are there. For the first layer, it has 32 cubic units. Second layer has 32 cubic units. And the third layer has also 32 cubic units. A total of 96 cubic units as our volume. Another way to find the volume of rectangular prism is by multiplying the length, the width, and by the height, which is 8 times 4 times 3, and it is equals to 96 cubic units. Or by using the formula L times W times H, which will give the same answer as 96 cubic units. Next example for the rectangular prism. How many cubic units are there? Take note, class, that in this given, 1 meter is equivalent to 1 cubic unit. So for our length, it has 4 meters. Its width is 6 meters. And for the height, it is 4 meters. Now, let's count how many cubic units in each layer. For the first layer, it has 24 meters. Next layer, it has 24 cubic meters. And the third layer has 24 cubic meters. And finally, the fourth layer has also 24 cubic meters. And the volume is 96 cubic meters. And by using the formula in finding the volume of rectangular prism, volume is equals to length times width and times height. Now, let's substitute the given 4 meters times 6 meters and times 4 meters. And the volume is 96 cubic meters. Let's move on in converting cubic centimeters to cubic meters and vice versa, and also converting cubic centimeters to liters and vice versa. In the International System of Units, the standard unit of volume is the cubic meter. Cubic meter is used to measure a large amount of space occupied. And cubic millimeter is used to measure the small amount of space occupied. These are the common unit of measurement in measuring the volume. We have cubic meters, cubic decimeters, cubic centimeters, and cubic millimeters. And always remember that every move or jump going to the right, it will be multiplied by 1,000. And when converting from a larger unit to a smaller unit, we use multiplication. Another thing is that every jump or move going to the left means dividing by 1,000. And when converting from smaller unit to a larger unit, we use division. For example, number 1, convert 7 cubic meter or 7 meters to cubic centimeters. In this example, we will use multiplication because we are converting larger unit into smaller unit. Since 1 meter is equivalent to 100 centimeter, so 1 meter times 1 meter and times 1 meter is equivalent to 100 centimeter times 100 centimeter times 100 centimeters. Therefore, 1 cubic meter is equals to 1 million cubic centimeter. Then, multiply 7 by 1 million cubic centimeters. Our answer is 7 million cubic centimeters. Again, since we are converting larger unit into smaller unit, we should move to the right. Every move means 10 cubed or 1,000. Another movement is also 10 cubed or 1,000. Therefore, we have 10 to the 6th power or 1 million. And if we multiply it into the given number or by 7, the product is, or the answer is, 7 million cubic centimeters. Example number 2, convert 800,000 cubic centimeters to cubic meter. Since 1 meter is equivalent to 100 centimeters, so 1 meter times 1 meter times 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeters times 100 centimeters times 100 centimeters. With this example, we are converting smaller unit into larger unit. Therefore, 1 cubic meter is equals to 1 million cubic centimeters. So, 800,000 divided by 1 million, the answer is 8/10 cubic meters. Another way is by counting the number of jumps or movement from centimeter to meters. In this case, we have 2 jumps or moves. So we have 1 million and it is composed of 6 zeros. So we should move the decimal point of the given 6 times to the left and put decimal point. So let's try. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and put decimal point. Therefore, we have the same answer as 8/10 cubic meters. Next example. How many cubic centimeters of bottles are needed to hold 8 liters of water? Take note that 1 liter is equivalent to 1,000 cubic centimeters. Therefore, 1 liter is equal to 1,000 cubic centimeters. Then, 8 multiplied by 1,000 cubic centimeters, the answer is 8,000 cubic centimeters. Next, convert 7,500 cubic centimeters into liters. Again, 1 liter is equals to 1,000 cubic centimeters. In this case, let us divide the given or the 7,500 cubic centimeters into 1,000. The two zeros in the numerator and denominator will be cancelled out. Then, divide 75 by 10, and so the answer will be 7.5 liters. Now, for our activity 2, read the question and choose the letter of the correct answer. Just type your answer in the comment section. You only have 15 seconds to answer each question. For number 1, how many cubic units are there in the given figure? Your 15 seconds starts now.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Okay, time's up. Let's find the answer. Okay, that is letter C. For number 2, what is the volume of the given figure? Time starts now.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Okay, time's up. Let's find the answer. And the answer is letter B. For number 3, what is the volume of the rectangular prism? Time starts now.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Okay, time's up. Let's check your answer. That is letter D. For number 4, which solid figure shows a measurement of 30 cubic centimeters? Your time starts now.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Okay, time's up. The answer is letter A. For number 5, convert 6,000 cubic centimeters to liters. Your 15 seconds starts now.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Okay, time's up. The answer is letter A. Next number, convert 7 million cubic centimeters to cubic meters. Your 15 seconds starts now.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Okay, time's up. The answer is letter A. Last number, convert to cubic meters to cubic centimeters. Your 15 seconds starts now.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Okay, time's up. The answer is letter D. Okay, good job, grade 5 pupils. Now, let's keep this in mind. Volume is measured by how many cubic units it would take to fill the given space. It is also measured in cubic units. And to convert units of measurement, when we are converting from a larger unit to a smaller unit, we use multiplication. And when we are converting from a smaller to a larger unit, we use division. This time, let us go to our question and answer portion. If you have questions, just type it in the comment box. Okay, for our question, coming from Paltok Elementary School, what if the dimension of a prism has a different unit of measurement? How can we find its volume? Okay, the answer is, if the length, width, and height have different unit of measurement, we should convert it first into the same unit of measurement before we solve its volume. And since we don't have any questions, let me remind you for your assignment. Construct the following using a folder. For number 1, cube with an edge of 8 centimeters. Number 2, rectangular prism with the following dimensions. Length with 10 centimeters, width with 5 centimeters, and height with 4 centimeters. Then, your subject teacher will have a follow-up discussion regarding our topic and check your activities. That's all for today, dear grade 5 pupils. Thank you for watching and participating for this day. Once again, I am Mr. Ryan G. Feliciano of Andres Fernando Elementary School saying stay safe and have a nice day.